channel. If you have not been here before, then you know, welcome to the land of awesomeness. This video is going to be about how I cut my bob. I made this wig a couple months ago out of some hair that I bought from styledbyash.mayvenn.com. I'll leave all of the information about the hair in the description box below if you are interested in checking it out. I took my wig from this to this. So if you want to see what I did to achieve this bob, all you gotta do is keep on watching. I'm putting the wig that I made onto a 22-inch cork mannequin head that I bought from Amazon.com. I wanted the front of the wig to be more full, so I'm sewing in some hair beside where I'm going to have my part. There's already one sewn in, and I'm going to be adding another one so that there are two added tracks on each side. And I'm just holding up the track to the part so that I can see how long the piece needs to be before I sew it down using a curved needle and nylon thread. This part really is optional. Like, if you don't know if you want to always have a middle part, always want to have a side part, then don't do this step. But I know I wanted to keep mine in the middle, so I just did this because I wanted it to be like really full beside the part. Also, be sure to leave a little bit of hair beside where you sew the tracks in so that after it's sewn in, you'll still have some hair to cover up the tracks. Now that the front is as full as I want it to be, I'm going to start cutting. I'm using some Conair Pro clippers I got from my local beauty supply store. And just make sure you turn the knob on the side all the way up because it pushes the blades closer to the edge, which makes it easier to cut. I put the hair into a ponytail, slid the ponytail down a little bit, and I cut it off. Doing the ponytail method is really easy, and if you're neat, you can probably do this with the shears also. I wanted to go a little bit shorter, so I cut it again, and this time I cut above the ponytail to get a little bit more hair off. But if you do this, be neat because you're probably gonna miss a hair and have to go back and clean it up like I had to. It's really important to try the wig on in between cuts so you can see where the hair is and you can see if you like that length. My thing is, if you cut it too long, you can cut it again. If you cut it too short, that's it, like it's too late. So I definitely always go little bit by little bit and try the wig on over and over so I can see if I like the length that it's currently at. And this is how I made it a little bit asymmetrical. I liked how long it was in the front already, so I just sectioned off the front so that I wouldn't cut that part any shorter than it already was. And then I just got ready to cut the back using that same ponytail method that I've been using before. Trying the wig on, I was taking a look in the mirror and I liked the length that it currently was. So from this point on, it's just cleaning up the edges and fine-tuning to make sure that it looks perfect. I just stuck it back on the mannequin head and I cleaned up the back by putting it into like a really low ponytail and just cutting it across so that the back can be more straight. Then after that, I just took my clippers and I cut at an angle. I held the clippers diagonally and I cut downwards. So that way it has a smooth transition from it being straight in the back and then going to being long in the front. Then after that, I just went in one row at a time, flat ironing with my Celia flat iron on 450 degrees and using the same clippers to clean up the edges. And from this point on is the same thing, just taking down one row at a time and using my Celia flat iron to straighten the hair, then using my clippers and my shears to clean up the edges, remembering to cut at an angle. wig was already pretty straight, so straightening the closure was nothing. I just took the flat iron and basically just used it to bend the ends. And after the closure was straightened, just used my shears, went around and just cleaned it on up. What I'm putting on the closure right now is just edge control. I just wiped it into the palm of my hand, spread it around. That helps with the flyaways. And yeah, this is what I'm working with. I tried the wig on and I don't know why I felt the need to straighten it again, but I felt the need to straighten it again. So I'm just going through and bending the ends so that I can make sure that it is framing my face the way that I want it to be. And then here I am, I'm just taking out some very small hairs. I'm using my Got2b styling gel to lay down my edges, and I'm using a spoolie just because I like to use a spoolie more than I like to use a toothbrush. Here it is basically finished. I'm just going to use some olive oil spritz and spray that onto the part that helps it look more snatched and more laid. Plucking out those random flyaway hairs, and I'm going to take some more of my Hicks edge control and I'm going to smooth it into my palm and then smooth it over the closure, and it helps the closure look that much more laid. And I know this is the second time that I applied the edge control, but I can't help it. This is like my favorite step. And that's basically it. This is the finished look. Okay guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and join the Style by Ash family. I'd love to have you. And if you try this cut out, please let me know how that goes for you in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. And I will see you guys in my next video. So, see you later.